Story 1. True highway scary story. I was driving from Denver, Colorado to Albuquerque, New Mexico by myself. I enjoyed driving at night since it wasn't as hot, there were fewer police, and there was less traffic. I was also younger at the time, around 19 years old, so I wasn't armed with a handgun. When I entered Pueblo, Colorado, I decided to stop and get some Sonic.
It's so sad because I know exactly.
I just want to hear. I was like, does this feel familiar to you?
I was like, I know exactly which Sonic they've stopped at because I've stopped at this Sonic before.
Yeah. This was by design.
I pulled into Sonic on South Santa Fe Road and parked across from the drive-thru in one of the other spots facing away from the building. After ordering, I rolled my window back up. I normally wouldn't do that since I love the smell of fresh air at night, but I did for some reason this time. As I sat there waiting for my food and looking at my phone, I heard a very light tapping on my driver's side window. Startled, I looked up and saw a normal-looking woman standing right against the glass. She looked ordinary, but I felt a chilling sense that something was off. She motioned for me to roll the window down, but I refused and yelled through the glass asking what she wanted. She shouted that her car had broken down and pointed to a car that was stopped in the middle of the street. She asked if I would help her push it off the road into the adjacent parking lot. I looked around, and the eerie thing was that no one else was nearby. Normally, I'm very helpful and was raised to pull over and offer a hand whenever I could. However, as I thought about it, a cold feeling ran down my spine, and I sensed that I wasn't safe. I politely refused, but she kept insisting and wouldn't take my suggestion to ask the Sonic employees. She then reached her hand into her pocket and used her other hand to try to open my door. Thankfully, my car door was locked, which was pure coincidence. My uneasiness intensified, and I started shouting at her to get away from my vehicle. She gave me a dark stare for a moment and then suddenly ran back to the car she claimed was broken down. Immediately after, 3 large men run out of a dark alleyway near the parking lot and jump into the same broken down car. She started it without any issue, and they sped off. So, don't go to Pueblo.
Yeah, well, I think we all been knowing that.
Yeah.
I think it's crazy.
This is not new information on Pueblo.
Yeah, no, this does not surprise me for Pueblo. Or whenever OP said they were going to Albuquerque too, I was like, oh, you
Watch
for a
out.
trip.
You stay in your car.
Quinn and I literally did this drive.
Yeah.
Driving from Denver to Albuquerque.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like the entire drive I was like, because
There's some sketch little towns out there.
You go through Pueblo, you go through Trinidad, and then you end up in Albuquerque, which is like the mecca of bad.
Yeah.
Sorry, Albuquerque. I know Albuquerque has some pretty spots, but like y'all got a lot. Literally, the 2 nights that we were there, we heard helicopters circling the city. There were bars on every single window. Like, people, like, our Airbnb hosts were like, do not go outside at night. I was like, where am I? Like, I was like, what is this? To where people are like telling you not to walk outside the second the sun goes down. Like,
Literally.
that's crazy.
Literally. Have you been to Alamosa?
No.
So it's by the Great Sand Dunes National Park, and we went on a family trip there. Alamosa is a sketchy little town. I'm so sorry if you're from there, but like, if you're from there, you should know it's a sketchy little town. The hotel that we stayed at, first off, my mom shouldn't be in charge of booking lodging.
Yeah.
Ever. But the people working at the hotel were super nice. The manager came in, greeted us and everything. And then he talked about how people would break into the hotels and steal the TVs. So he was showing us how they had to mount them to the wall so people would stop doing that. He's like, you should park your car in front of the window. That way, if anyone's messing with it, you'll know, because that's a big problem.
Yeah.
I was like, how fast can we get out of Alamosa?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. I mean, I know there's a lot of cities like that all over the country, because even in New Jersey, I stayed at a hotel one time, and the owner of the hotel also told us the same thing, park your car right in front of your hotel, because if somebody breaks into it, you can hear it, and you can,
right,
and
yeah.
So I've been through that, but yeah, it's
it's something scarier when you're in the boonies for me.
Yeah.
It's a smaller town.
Yeah, because there's no escape.
Yeah.
But yeah, going anywhere in Pueblo, especially at night, you're asking for trouble. I think it's crazy that the state fair of Colorado is in Pueblo every year?
Yeah.
Like, of all places,
Why?
why Pueblo? That doesn't make any sense. You know?
Maybe it's for the green chili.
It is like they do advertise it as like green chili kind of thing.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
at the same time, it's like the state fair, and I'm like, I want to go to a state fair.
I love a state fair.
I love a
I'm
state
not
fair.
going to that one.
No, exactly. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
I'm like, we're gonna end up on the other side of this.
Right.
Yeah.
Bitch, I love a Sonic. This could have happened to me.
Yeah. I also have I haven't been to Memphis in a long time, but I've like heard that it like in certain spots can be kind of like scary, like unsettling.
Yeah, totally.
And when we're driving around like the time that we're in Memphis, it'll be like really, really late at night. So I'm like, nice.
Yeah, so cool.
Yeah.
Every time I'm in Memphis, I think of that song. I was like,
Walking in Memphis. Yeah.
So maybe just like blast that, and you'll
Yeah,
feel
it'll be
safe.
fine. Yeah, it's like when you go into a scary game, but you blast Fergalicious in your
Exactly.
Your headphones.
Like
Yeah.
blast Fergalicious and Walking in Memphis.
Yeah.
No other songs.
Yeah, I think that'll keep us safe. I also am trying to familiarize myself with all the like tactics that are used in different car things. Like
Yeah.
I know that you're not supposed to like flash your lights at somebody now because that's apparently like can be a thing. Like if somebody's driving
What thing is
without
that?
It's like if you're driving without your headlights on, it can be somebody trying to like pull over and like carjack you or take you or something.
Huh.
But they're like, whoever flashes their lights at me first, basically, I'm going to follow them and then I'm going to get them to stop and that kind of thing.
That's wild.
There's also the like obviously the people who like pull off on the side of the road and look like they need help.
Yeah.
Or there's like unmarked police cars.
Mhm.
Oh God, what else is there? There's
There's that baby carrier one.
the
That people were
baby
doing
carrier.
for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, there's there's a ton
lot
of
of
them.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just have to be careful while you're driving.
Yeah. To bring up Bettina, she's substantially more religious than I am because I am not religious at all. And she's in this Bible study, and they're talking about if you're like when you're being like a bad person, quote unquote, are you doing that by like ignoring something, or are you, like you just like didn't mean to do it? So like doing it willingly versus not. And
Yeah.
she's like the only person in the room that admitted like, yeah, I know when I'm not helping someone. But also it's because reasons like this, where
Yeah.
it's like if I stop to help someone, are they actually someone in need of help, or they're a sex trafficker who's like trying to kidnap
Are they
me
just
and
taking
steal
advantage
me?
of people? Like there are so many like panhandlers on the side of the road who are like
Yeah.
like I saw a TikTok the other day where there was a lady in a parking lot and she was wearing like a $1,200 bracelet while she was like panhandling.
That's insane.
Yeah, and people were like,
Girl, why are you here?
yeah, or like the
Right.
people who like fake like the electric violins and stuff, and it's like
Right.
I get it, like I get your bag,
I
get
so
it.
got by the electric violin. I was like, she's amazing. Why is she in this TJ Maxx parking lot? And I think you were the one who told me. Like, girls, no, that's not real. I was so impressed.
Yeah, it's really sad because it's like it plays on people's emotions and like
Right.
you are like specifically targeting and manipulating people to feel bad for you to give you money.
Right.
Which again, I'm like, I understand in today's climate, like it sucks. Like nobody can fucking afford to eat. Like we're sending money to fucking Israel to fund wars to blow up children in hospitals and schools and like starve people in other countries. Meanwhile, people over here are starving and unable to eat or pay their bills or pay their gas or do anything.
Right.
Millions of people are houseless. Like there's so many like bad things. I get that. I get that it's hard and I get that you have to like find your way through somehow. But when you're like manipulating people along the
Right.
process, like especially people that are just like you,
Right.
like we are all in the same position. We are all in this together. Like we are all trying, not all of us, the good side is
Yeah.
trying to fight the good fight, and we're all
Right.
trying to stick together. And it's stuff like that that like divides people, because
Right.
then you don't trust anyone anymore. Like you're like,
Right.
does this person, like I see on TikTok, like people are posting, my animal shelter needs to be saved. Like this
Yeah.
needs, my
Right,
dad needs help,
yeah.
and it's like AI, and it's somebody
Totally.
taking all the
Yeah.
money for no reason, and it's like,
You're preying on good people.
yeah,
Which is why people are like, there's less good people in the world. People don't want to help. It's like, yeah, because they've been preyed on.
yeah,
Like, eventually, at a certain point,
yeah.
you stop
like-
helping.
Yeah, it's evil, and it's like, it's literally like villain origin stories for everyone.
Yeah.
Like you're taking one bad person and you're tainting a whole flock by just feeding and preying on the innocence of these other people. Like
Right.
it's just, yeah, it's disgusting.
Story two.
If you enjoyed that little story, be sure to watch the full episode here.
And make sure you like, subscribe, and all that jazzy.
Jazzy? I see what you did there. Wait, what was that?